My name is Leonard McMahon, and I come to you from Berkeley, California, at the Graduate Theological Union right now, doing doctoral work in theology and ethics, particularly political theology. Thinking about this evening and what to share with you, I thought about telling a story about my childhood, and I wanted to know that, because the question was, what do I think of contemplation? And I've been doing this so long, I don't know about you, but I kind of forgotten how I got into this. Does that ever happen to anybody? It's like, what do you mean? What else is there to do? Of course. But I thought about it, and I'm remembering a story. I remember being a young child. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and this was a Saturday afternoon, and my mother, both my parents were professionals, and they used to, they would work outside the home, but my mother was home this particular time, and she was cleaning the house. And being from Detroit, we played Motown in the house. We had all this Motown on, and I remember listening to Diana Ross's Love Hangover. And I'm on my hobby horse, so however young I was, that's whenever you rode hobby horses, that's what I was doing. And I all of a sudden stopped, and I remember my mother paused her vacuuming for a moment, and I asked her, I said, Mom, if everyone knows that love is good, right? Everyone listens to the same songs, we all know what love is, and we all want it, why do so many bad things happen? How does that happen? Why are we, why does all this stuff in the newspapers, why does all this happen? And I've been fascinated with that question ever since. And you're probably familiar with Rabbi Harold Kushner's title of his famous book, Why Bad Things Happen to Good People. Well, through my years of education and training, I tend to think of it as, why do good people do bad things? And so contemplation for me is active. It has to do with what one does in the world. So spirituality, the way I do this, I do political theology, as I mentioned. So the way I think of this is spirituality is political. That may be a little radical idea to some. If it is, then let me suggest why. And again, as I said, I'm an academic, so forgive me for going into a bit of a teaching academic thing here for a minute. But in Western history, we have a break somewhere around the 1500s where we shift into modernity. And with the coming of modernity comes a concern for the person and a concern for personal freedom. We call this liberalism. And it informs the entire Western worldview from that point on. And so we are here in a late modern, postmodern moment, inheritors culturally of this idea of personal freedom and our personal identity and our subjectivity being very, very important. And I wonder if spirituality is yet caught up in this idea of personal freedom, and we forget the political side.